A Better Thing by George MacDonald. I took it for a bird of prey that soared high over ocean, battled mount and plain. 'Twas but a bird moth, with which limp horns gored the invisible obstructing window pane. Better than eagle, the far-towering nerve that downward bend, a greedy, marauding eye, guest of the flowers ward. Unheard they serve thee, a little angel of the lower sky. A Birthday Wish by George MacDonald. Who know thee, love, the life be such, though the year, the hour, each one who loves thee knows so more, even God may love thee more. A Christmas Carol by George MacDonald. Babe Jesus lay in Mary's lap, the sunshine in his hair. This was how she saw mayhap the crown already wear. For she sang, "Sleep on, my little king, but Herod dares not come. Before the sleeping holy thing, the wild winds would be dumb. Kiss the hands, kiss the feet, my child so long desired. Hands will never be soiled, my sweet, the feet will never be tired. Of what the King of men, my son, by crown I see it plain. Men shall worship we, every one, and cry, Glory, Amen. With Jesus he opened his eyes wide, and Mary looked her Lord. Mother Mary stinted her song and sighed, with Jesus said never a word. A Cry by George MacDonald. Lord, hear my discontent, or blank I stand, a mirror polished by the hand. The sunbeams flash and flame from me, I cannot help it, here I stand, there he. To one of them I cannot say, Go, and on yon water play. No one poor ragged daisy can I fashion, I do not make of words with this, my limping passion. If I should say, now will think a thought, though I must wait, unknowing what thought in me is growing, until the thing to birth be brought. Nor knowing when what next will come from out the gulf of silence dumb. I am the door the thing will find to pass into the general mind. I cannot say I think. I only stand upon the thought well's brink. From darkness to the sun the water bubbles uplifted in my cup. Thou only thinkest I am thought. Me my thought thou thinkest. Naught am I but as a fountain spout, from which the water welleth out. Thou art the only one, the all in all. Yet in my soul on the reader of call, and thou dost answer out of everywhere, I in the allness have my perfect share. A Dead House by George MacDonald. And the clock half ceased to tick, so like in the gloomy hall, and the latch in a mode of click, ton-like in the red peach wall, when no more come sounds of play, mice nor children romping roam, then looks down the eye of day on a dead house, not a home. And then like an old sun's ghost haunts the vault the spectral moon, and earth's margins all are lost, melting shapes nigh merged soon, when a sound hark, there again, 'tis not a nibbling mouse, 'tis the ghost unseen of man walking through the bare floored house. With lightning on the stair to that silent upper room, the thunder shaking air sudden gleaming into gloom, the frost wind whistling around from the raging northern coast, then amid sieging light and sound all the houses live with ghost. Brother, as thy soul a cell, empty save of glittering motes, where no life loves life and well, only notions, things, and thoughts, and the wild, when comes the breath, tempest shaking ridge and post, find thyself alone with death in a house where walks no ghost. A Father to a Mother by George MacDonald. God's own child came down to earth, high heaven was very glad. The angels sang for holy mirth, not God himself was sad. Shall we, when ours goes, homeward fret? Come, hope, and wait on sorrow. The little one will not forget, it's only till tomorrow. A Fear by George MacDonald. O Mother Earth, I have a fear, which I would tell to thee, softly and gently in thy ear, when the moon and we are free. Where grass and flowers are beautiful, among thy trees I hide, underneath the moonlight cool, thy sea logs broad and wide. But with the fear lest thou shouldst grow to me so small and strange, so distant I should never know on thee a shade of change. Or where great earthquakes should uplift deep mountains from their base, and where continual motion shift the lands upon thy face. The grass, flowers, the dews that lie upon them as before, driven upwards evermore, as I should love these things no more. Even now thou dimly hast a place in deep star galaxies, and I, driven ever on through space, have lost thee in the skies. A Mood by George MacDonald. My thoughts are like fireflies, pulsing in moonlight, my heart like a silver cup filled with red wine, my soul a pale gleaming horizon, whence soon light with love the cold earth of a torrent divine. A Moral Power by George MacDonald. Nature to him no message does forbear, who in the beauty findeth not the power to gird himself more strongly for the hour of night and darkness. Or what colours the rare the woods, the valleys, and the mountains were, to him who knows thy secret, and in shower and fog and ice cloud hath a secret bower, where he may rest until the heavens are fair. Not with the rest of slumber, but a trance of onward movement steady and serene, where oft, in struggle and contest keen, his eyes will open be, and the dance of life break on him, and the wide expanse roll upward through the void, sunny and green. A Noonday Melody by George MacDonald. Everything goes to its rest, the hills are asleep in the noon, and life is as still in its nest as the moon when she looks on the moon, the depth of a calm river's breast, as it steals through midnight in June. The streams have forgotten the sea in the dream of a musical sound. The sunlight is thick on the tree, and the shadows lie warm on the ground. So still you may watch them and see every breath that awakens around. The churchyard lies still in the heat of its handful of mouldering bone, as still as a long stalk of wheat, and the shadow it sits by the stone, as still as the grass at my feet and walk on the meadows alone. The waves are asleep on the main, and the ships are asleep on the wave, and the thoughts are still in my brain as Jacob sleeps in the cave, or rests from the labor and pain, and why shouldn't I in my grave? A Prayer in Sickness, George MacDonald. Thou foldest me in sickness, or callest through the cloud, better the thickness of a swiftling blinding shroud. Let me see thy face, thy only perfect grace, that thou canst show thy child. Father, being giver, take off the sickness cloud. Saviour, my life deliver from this dull body shroud. I can see thy face, I am not full of grace, I am not reconciled. A Prisoner, by George MacDonald. The hinges are so rusty, the door is fixed and fast. The windows are so dusty, the sun looks in aghast. Knock out the glass, I pray, or dash the doorway, or break the house down bodily and let my soul go free. A Song of Hope, by George MacDonald. The king would cower me, the whole hands was so hard. A look to farm me, and I couldn't come start. It's never meant to cower me, I've been for the art. For I kirk was a hillock, there once was a hoe. All you there's left a mellock, and as was once was a low. For yon kirk a hillock, least cedar winegro. It's my heart, it haunts me wearily, so is the hoe in my breast. At autumn when we my really yard, we him one house released. At stunted green grown hilly, is we ever neast. Car nick morning, come walks, here's Tim's clan. Ich welcome, I'm not a bit scorning. Ik wil my feast as you can. Car nick morning, it rings on my span. For Kenny looking and waiting, looking I do not scream. I know him see me sit greeting as you can to him. I step out like unsure meeting, I travel under to him. A Song Prayer by George MacDonald. Lord Jesus, oh ease us of self that oppresses, annoys and distresses, body and brain with dull pain. When never since ever, save one moment alone, was left or was lonely, we are alone that make moan. Far parted, dull-hearted, we wander sleepwalking, my shadows dim stalking. Often we roam far from home. Our new man, soul man, God's son and our brother, give each to the other, no one left out in cold doubt. Thy father, O giver, thy sons and thy daughters, fires and the waters, home to the nest of thy breast. Where under the wonder of great wings of feeling, of love and revealing, teaches anew to sing true. A Winter Prayer by George MacDonald. Come through the gloom of clouded skies, with lone rain and fog of thought, through east winds keen with wrong and lies, come and lift up my hopeless heart. Come through the sickness and the pain, the sore unrest that tosses still, for aching dark that hides the gain, come and arouse my fainting will. Come through the parade of foolish words, the signs with no chord behind, for all the pangs of untuned chords, speak wisdom to my shaking mind. For all the fears that spirits bore, of what have been or may befall, come down and talk with me, for thou canst tell me all about them all. Hear my sad lone heart entreat, heart of all joy below above. Come near and let me kiss thy feet, name the name of those I love. A Year Song by George MacDonald. Sighing above, rustling below, woods the winds go. Beneath dead crowds above, like a bear, and the bosom tempest sweeps the air. Heart leave the woe, let the dead things go. The brown gold doth push, misty green veils the bush. Here twitter, there croak, they are coming, the spring folk. Heart be not numb, let the live things come. The beach the winds go, with gentle speech, long and slow. The grass is fine and soft to lie in, the sun doth shine, the blue sky in. Heart be alive, let the new things thrive. Round again, here art thou, a rhyming fruit and bare bough. Winter comes, winter and snow, and the very sighing to fall and go. Heart that thy hour shall be, that dead will comfort thee. An Autumn Song, George MacDonald. Are the leaves falling round about the churchyard on the hill? Is the gloom of autumn going out? Is that the winter chill? And yet for winter's noise, no doubt the graves are very still. Are the woods empty, voiceless, bare? On sodden leaves do you tread? Is nothing left of all those fair? Is the whole summer fled? Well, so from this unwholesome air have gone away these dead. The seasons pierce me like a leaf that feel the autumn blow, and tremble between nature's grief with silent death below. O summer, thou art very brief, where do these exiles go? An Improvisation, George MacDonald. The stars cleave the sky, yet for us they rest. The race course high as a shining nest. The hours hurry on, and where is their flight, soft pavilion of motionless night? Earth gives up her trees to the holy air, they live in the breeze, where saints at prayer. Summer night, come from God, on your beauty I see a still wave has flowed of eternity. Angels, George MacDonald. Came of old to houses lonely, men with wings, I did not show them. Angels come to a house, only for the wings, we do not know them. Appeal, George MacDonald. If in my arms bore my child, would he cry out for fear, 'cause the night was dark and wild and no one else was near? Should I entreat thee, Father, as my fatherhood would grieve? I will be hopeful, though, alas, I cannot quite believe. I had no power nor wish to be, or makes me half blind. The darkness comes, I cling to thee, with all my perfect mind. Approaches, George MacDonald. Thou turn'st away from ill, Christ in the sight of a hill. Thou turn'st toward good, Christ walking in the wood. When thy heart says, Father, pardon, and the Lord is in the garden, and stern duty wakes to watch when his hand is on the ledge, then hope thy song doth rose when the Lord is in the house. When to love is all thy wit, Christ doth at thy table sit, and God's will is the heart's pole, and is Christ the very soul. Autumn's gold, George MacDonald. Along the tops of all the yellow trees, the golden yellow trees, the sunshine lies, and where the leaves are gone, long race surprise, long depths of thicket with their brightnesses. And through the woods, all ways of many a breeze, come more joyful light for poets' eyes, green fields lying yellow underneath the skies, and shining houses and blue distances. By the roadside, like rocks of golden ore, that make a western river bed so bright, the briar and the firs are all alight. Perhaps the year will be so fair no more, but now the falling leaves are gay, and autumn old has shone into a day. Awake, George MacDonald. The stars are all watching, God's angel is catching the skirts of the darkness deep. Gold hinges grating, the mighty dead waiting, where dost thou sleep? Years without number, ages of slumber, stiff in the track of the infinite one. Dead, can I think it, dropped like a trinket, a thing whose uses are done. Light wings are crossing, light waves are tossing, the flames out in crimson and green. Spring is appearing, summer is nearing, thou hast forbeen. Down in some cavern, death's sleepy tavern, housing, carousing with spectres of night, there's my right hand, grasp it full tight and spring it to the light. Wonder, oh wonder, how the live thunder bursts on his ear in horror and dread. Happy shapes meet him, heaven and earth greet him, life from the dead. Bedtime, George MacDonald. Come, children, put away your toys, roll up that kite's long line. A day is done for girls and boys, look, it is almost 9. Come, weary foot and sleepy head, get up and come along to bed. Children loath must yet obey, up the long stair they creep, lie down and something sing or say until they fall asleep, to steal for caverns of the night into the morning's golden light. We elder ones sit up more late, and task unfinished ply, but gently busy watch and wait, dear sister, you and I, to hear the father with soft tread coming to carry us to bed. Bell upon organ, by George MacDonald. It's all very well, said the bell, to be the big organ below, but the folk come and go, said the bell, never can tell what sort of person the organ will blow. And besides, it is much at the mercy of the weather, for it is all made in pieces and glued together. Up in my cell next door to the sky, said the bell, I dwell very high. Of glorious go I swing to and fro, I swing swift or slow, I swing as I please, if summons or near. I swing at my ease, said the bell. Not the tallest of men can reach up to touch me, smirch me or smudge me, or make me do what I would not be at. And when the weather can't cause me to shrink or increase, I chose to be made of perfect peace. Better things, George MacDonald. Better to smell the violet and sip the glowing wine, better to hearken to a brook and watch a diamond shine. Better to have a loving friend than 10 admiring foes. Better daisies earthly root than a gorgeous dying rose. Better to love in loneliness than bask in love all day. Better the fountain in the heart than the fountain by the way. Better be fed by mother's hand than eat alone at will. Better to trust in God than say, my goods my storehouse fill. Better to be a little wise than in knowledge to abound. Better to teach a child than toil to fill perfections round. Better to sit at some man's feet than fill a listening state. Better suspect that thou art proud than be sure that thou art great. Better to walk a real unseen than watch the hours event, even the well-done faithful slave in a gap of shouting wind. Better to have a quiet grief than many troubled joys. Better to miss the manhood's aim and sacrifice the boys. Better a death than work is done than earth's most favored birth. Better a child in God's great house and a king of all the earth. Bird Songs by George MacDonald. I will sing a song, said the owl. You sing a song, sing song, ugly fool. What will you sing about night in and day out? All about the night, no grave of a cloak's mother's bright, hard, sharp day, or of the moon, the cool dew, and the shadows to woo. I will sing a song, said the nightingale, sing a song, long, long, little never fail. What will you sing about, day in or day out? All about the light, gone away down, away and out of sight. Wake up, day, for the master's not dead, only gone to bed. I will sing a song, said the lark, sing, sing, throat strong, little kill the dark. What will you sing about, day in and night out? I can only call, I can't think, let me up, that's all, I see a chink. I feel thirsty all night for glorious light. Blind Sorrow by George MacDonald. My life is drear, walking a labour sore. The heart in me is heavy as a stone, and of my sorrows this the icy core. Life's so wide and I am all alone. Thou didst walk so with heaven-born eyes downbent upon the earth's golden rosy radiant clay, and thou hadst seen no star nor God's tent, had not thy tears met pools first on the way. And little knowest thou the tender care and a love plenteous clerk around thee thrown, full many a dim-seen saving mountain stair, toiling for climbs, but not one step alone. Lift but thy languid head and see thy guide. Let thy steps go in his, not chose thine own. Then soon wilt thou, thine eyes with wonder wide, cry, now I never was alone. Born of Water by George MacDonald. Methought I stood among the stars alone, watching grey patched orb which onward flew, half blinded by the dusty winds that blew, empty as death and barren as a stone, a prescient sound of water all unknown. Then, as I looked in wonderment, there grew high in the air above a drop of dew, which, gathering slowly through long cycles, shone like a great tear, and then at last it fell, clasping the orb, which drank it greedily, with the delicious noise and upward swell of sweet cool joy that tossed me like a sea. And then the thick life sprang as from a grave, with trees, flowers, boats upon the bounding wave. Christmas Day and Every Day, George MacDonald. Star high, baby low, twixt the two wise men go. Find the baby, grasp the star, herds of all things near and far. Christmas Day, by George MacDonald. Beautiful stories that with lovely days, like words and music, what should be the tale of love and nobleness that might avail to express in action what we sweetness says, the sweetness of a day of airs and rays, that is strange glorious on the winter pale? Alas, O beauty, all my fancies fail, I cannot tell a story in thy praise. Thou hast once said, and showed to chim with thee, as of days of winter wild, for joy like sorrow laughs his blessed feet, who shone from heaven on earth as Christmas time, a brother and a Saviour, Mary's child, and so, fair day, thou hast thy story sweet. Christmas Meditation by George MacDonald. He who by a mother's love made the wandering world his own, every year comes from above, comes departed to atone, binding earth to the Father's throne. Nay, thou comest every day, no, thou never didst depart, never hour hast been away, always with us, Lord, thou art, binding, binding heart to heart. Christmas Prayer by George MacDonald. Cold my heart and poor and low, like thy stable in the rock, do not let the orphan go, it is of thy parents' stock. Come thou in and it will grow, hide and white, a thane divine, like a ruby it will glow, like a diamond shine. Come down by George MacDonald. Still am I haunting thy door with my prayers, still they are panting up thy steep stairs. Wouldst thou not rather come down to my heart, and there, O my Father, be what thou art? Come to me, George MacDonald. Come to me, O my God, come to me everywhere. If trees mean thee, and the grass is odd, and the water and the air. The world so fair that I often doubt, as on every side I stare, searching within and looking without, if thou canst be anywhere. How did men find thee in days of old? How did they grow so sure? They fought in thy name, they were glad and bold, they suffered and kept themselves pure. But now they say neither above is fear, nor down in the heart of a man. It's only in fancy, ambition, and fear the thought of thee began. If only that perfect tale were told, which ages have not made old, which of endless many makes one anew, and simplicity manifold. But he taught that they who did his word, the truth would it show would know. I will try to do it. If he be Lord, again the old faith will glow. Again the old spirit wind will blow, that he promised to their prayers, and obeying the Son, I too shall know his Father everywhere. Come unto me, George MacDonald. Come unto me, the Master says, but how I am not good. Nor think what song my heart will raise, nor even wish I could. I not sorry for the past, nor able not to sin. Very strife would ever last, if once I should begin. Hast no burden then to bear, no action to repent, as all around so very fair, is the heart quite content? Hast thou no sickness in thy soul, no labour to endure? And come in peace, without whole, thou needest not his cure. Mock me not, I often sigh, have a nameless grief, a faint sad pain, but such that I can look for no relief. Come, come to him who made the heart, come weary and oppressed. To come to Jesus is the part, his part to give thee rest. New grief, new hope he will bestow, where grief and pain to quell. To the heart himself will go, and will make thee well. Coming, by George MacDonald. And the snow is on the earth, the birds and waters cease their mirth. And the sunlight is prevailing, even night winds drop their wailing. On the earth and deep snows lie, still the sun is in the sky, the most you miss fire is ever drawing nigher. And the darkest winter day, thou God, art not far away. The nights grow colder, dearer, farther, thou art coming nearer. For thee coming I would watch, with my hand upon the ledge of the door, that faces out upon the eternal spaces. Confidence, by George MacDonald. Lie down upon the ground, the hopeless one, press thy face in the grass and do not speak. Dost feel the green globe whirl? 7 times the week climb with she out of darkness to the sun, which is her God. 7 times she doth not shun the awful eclipse, laying a patient cheek upon a pillow, ghost beset with shriek, a voices utterless, which rave and run for all the star penumbra, craving light and tidings of the dawn from east to west. Calm she sleepeth, and her sleep is blessed with heavenly visions, and the joy of night dreaming aloft with moons, nor hath she fright, for cloudy tempests beat upon her breast. Contrition, by George MacDonald. Out of the gulf into the glory, Father, my soul cries out to be lifted. Dark is the woof of my dismal story, Father, thy sun warp stormily drifted. Out of the gulf into the glory, lift me and save my story. I have done many things merely shameful, I am a man ashamed, my Father. My life is ashamed and broken and blameful, broken and blameful, all cleanse and gather. Hardly shame me, Lord, of the shameful, to my judge I flee with my blameful. Save thee at peace in the perfect purity, think what it is not to be pure. Strong in the love's essential security, think upon those who are never secure. Fulfill my song with the light of thy purity, fold me in love's security. Father or brother, my heart is sore aching, help it to ache as much as it needful. Is it you cleansing me, mending, remaking, your potter hands so tender and heedful? Sick with my past, with my own self aching, hurt on, dear hands, with your making. Proud of the form thou hadst given thy vessel, proud of myself, for God my donor. Down the dust I began to nestle, pouring thee no wine, and drank deep of dishonour. Not thou hast broken, thou mendest the vessel, and the dust of the glory I nestle. Death, by George MacDonald. Mourn not, my friends, that we are growing old. A fresher birth brings every new year in. Years are Christ's napkin, and to wipe off sin. See now, I'll be to you an angel bold. Our plums are ruffled, and will shake with cold, if the trumpet blast will begin. And know your listening's ears not thus I win. Yet hear, sweet sisters, brothers, be consoled. Behind me comes a shining one indeed, Christ's friend, who from life's cross to take him down, and set upon his day night's stale crown. Death, says thou, now thine be not Kate of Crete, a woman angel, seen long white gown, the mother of our youth she maketh speed. Dejection, by George MacDonald. Father, I am in the dark, my soul is heavy bowed. Send my prayer up like a lark, up from my vaporous throat, to find thee, and to mind thee, I'm a child, and all my father, around my death itself should gather. Lay thy loved hand upon my head, let thy heart beat in mine, one thought from thee, when all seems dead, and make the darkness shine, about me and throughout me. Should again the dull night gather, I cry again about my father. Equity by George MacDonald. No bird can sing in tune, but that the Lord sits throned in equity above the heaven, holds the righteous balance always even. No heart can true response to love afford, and from 1 to 8 on every chord is yet a tune by the Spirit 7. For tuneful no bird sings but that the Lord is throned in equity above high heaven. A heart by wrong unfiliate scaffed and scorned, and from the humble throne with masoness driven, take courage. And the wrongs thou hast forgiven, thy rights and love thy God will see restored. No bird could sing in tune but that the Lord sits throned in equity above the heaven. Evening Hymn by George MacDonald. God, whose day night leadeth down into the sunless way, with restoring sleep dost crown the labour of the day. What I have done, Lord, to make it clean, with thy forgiveness dear, that so today what might have been, tomorrow may appear. And my thought is all astray, yet think thou on in me, that with the newborn innocent day my soul rise fresh and free. And let me wander all in vain through dreams that mock and flee, but even visions of a brain go wandering toward thee. Evil Influence by George MacDonald. 'Tis not the violent hands alone will bring the curse, a ravage and the downward doom. Over to these, full oft, thy yawning tomb awes deadly surfeit. By the keenest sting, a more immortal agony will cling to the half-fashioned sin which would assume thy virtuous garb. The eyes that sow the gloom, with quiet seeds of death henceforth to spring, what time the sun of passion burning fierce breaks through the kindly cloud of circumstance. The bitter burden, the unkindly glance, the crust and canker coming with the years, are like death, then errors and the lance, which through the living heart at once doth pierce. Failure by George MacDonald. Farewell, the arm of the Lord, man who hated his sword, that struck and span of the finger poured. Farewell, word of the word, man who knew no failure, the failure of the Lord. Faith by George MacDonald. Earth, if aught should check thy race, rushing through undefended space, headlong stayless, thou would fall into yonder glowing ball. Beggar of the universe, faithless as an empty purse, sent abroad to cool and tame, think'st thou fear my native flame? For never on thy track, turn thee round and heed thee back. Thou would wander evermore, outcast, cold a commodore. While I sweep my ring along in an air of joyous song, thou drifting heart awry from the sun of liberty. False Prophets by George MacDonald. Would-be prophets tell us we shall not re-know them that walketh our fellows in the waste below. Smoking, smouldering toppets, steaming hopeless plains, grey, mole-eyed prophets, mean-skin pledging saints. Knowing not the Father what the prophecies, grapes of such none gather, only thorns and lies. Loving thus the brother, how the Father tell, how they vote each other to a heavenly hell. Fate by George MacDonald. Oft as I rest in quiet peace, my thrust out of sudden doors, and madly driven through desert solitudes, and thunder-riven black passages which have not any sky. The scourge is on me now with all the cry of ancient life at half of murder striven. How many in anguish have gone up to heaven, how many a hand in prayer been lifted high, and the black fate come onward with the rush of whirlwind avalanche of fiery spum. Even at my feet is cleft the shivering tomb, bent the waves, or else of solemn hush the graveyard opens, and I feel a crush, as if we were all huddled in one doom. Father, George MacDonald. Father, I cry to thee for bread, with hungering longing, eager prayer. Thou hearest, and givest me instead more hunger and a half despair. O Lord, how long, my days decline, my youth is slept and memories old. I need not bread alone, but wine, see cup and hand to thee hold. And yet thou givest thanks, Lord, which still my heart of hunger faints. They will come when at the board I sit, forgetting all my plaints. If rain must come and winds must blow, and I pour long our dim-seen chart, yet, Lord, let not the hunger go, keep a faintness at my heart. First sight of the sea, George MacDonald. I do remember how, then very young, I saw the great sea first, and heard it swell as I drew nearer, caught within the spell of its vast size and its mysterious tongue. How the floor trembled and the dark boat swung with a man in it, and a great wave fell within the stone's cast. Words may never tell the passion of the moment when I flung all childish records by, and felt arise a thing that died no more. An awful power I claimed with trembling hands and eager eyes, mine forever an immortal dower. The noise of waters soundeth to this hour, and look seaward through the quiet skies. Foolish children, by George MacDonald. Waking in the night to pray, sleeping when the answer comes. Foolish are we even at play, tearfully we beat our drums. Cast the good dry bed away, weep and gather up the crumbs. Evermore, while shines the day, Lord, we cry, thy will be done. Soon as evening groweth grey, the fair with the fain would shun. Take the hand away, see the horror dark begun. Ours conquered death, we say, Christ, whom hates could not keep. When see the pallid clay, there it is, we cry, not sleep. Grave take all, shut out of the day, sit we on the ground and weep. Gathering potsherds all the day, truant children, Lord we roam, fret and longer want to play, when at cool the voice doth come. Elder brother, lead the way, make us good as we go home. Forgiveness, by George MacDonald. God gives his child upon his slate a sum to find eternity in hours and years. With both sides covered, back the child doth come, his demise swollen with shed and unshed tears. God smiles, wipes clean the upper side and never, and says, now, dear, we'll do the sum together. From Home, by George MacDonald. Some men there who cannot spare a single tear until they feel the last cold pressure of the is stamped upon the outmost layer. And waking, some will sigh to think the clouds of both winter's wing, sad winter, when the grasses spring no more about the fountain's brink. And some would call me coward fool, I lay claim to better blood, at a heap of idle mud have power to make me sorrowful. Galileo, by George MacDonald. And yet it moves, truth, the word of wind, the north of weaver wrecked each piteous limb. Heaven, heaven, busy with him, I was poor hands convulsed with held the pen, and the phantom that deceives, man to their undoing, or does the watch him pale cold, and silent in his dungeon dim, and will ever speak to him again? It moves, alas my flesh was weak, it was a hideous dream, I cry aloud, our green bulk went sun for day by day. Me, perchance my heart was proud, that I alone should know what word to speak, and now sweet truth shine upon we, I pray. Garden Grove, by George MacDonald. I said I will arise and work something, nor be content with growth, but cause to grow alive around me, clear as yes from no. But to my restless hands some rest may bring, give a vital power to action spring. Thus I must cease to be, I cried, when lo, an angel stood beside me on the snow, and folded wings that came with pondering. God's glory flashes on the silent sea beneath the moon, he cried, and upward through his glorious eyes that swept the utmost blue, and yet his bounding brooks ran forth with cheer to be his message to the hidden year, who cometh up in haste to make his glory new. Hard Times, by George MacDonald. I am very lonely, and can but think. If there were some water only, that the spirit might drink, and arise, with a light in the eyes, and a crown of hope on the brow, to walk abroad in the strength of gladness, not sit in the house benumbed with sadness, as now. But Lord, thy child will be sad as it pleaseth thee, will sit not seeking to be glad, till devoted sadness flee, and drawing near with a good cheer, awake the life of me. Home from the wars, by George MacDonald. A tattered soldier, gone the glowing gloss, a thorns half field, and sorely trembling knee, homeward I come to claim my victory cross, I only faced the foe and did not flee. Hope and Patience, by George MacDonald. An unborn bird lies crumbled and curled, a dreaming of a world. Round it, for castle wall, a shell is guarding it well. Hope is the bird with its dim sensations, the shell keeps it alive with patience. Hymn for a Sick Girl, by George MacDonald. Father, in the dark I lay, thirsting for the light, helpless, but for hope alway in the Father might. Out of darkness come the morn, out of death come life, I and faith and hope new born, out of morning strife. So one morning yet more fair, I shall joyous brave, sun breathing loftier air, triumph o'er the grave. Though his feeble body lie underneath the ground, wide awake, not sleeping, I shall in him be found. But the morn yet fair must quell this inner gloom, resurrection from the dust of the deeper tomb. Father, wake my little child, give me bread and wine, till my spirit undefiled rise and live in thine. I know what beauty is, George MacDonald. I know what beauty is, for thou hast set the world within my heart. Of you thou madest the part, and never loved it more than now. And now the sip of afternoons, the light asleep upon the graves, against the sky the poplar waves, the river murmurs organ tunes. I know the spring with bud and bell, the hush in summer woods at night, autumn and trees let in more light, fantastic winter's lovely spell. Another rapture music gives, its mystery of ordered tones, dream-muffled soul that laughs and moans, and half alive comes in and lives. And verse I know, whose concord high, or for the music lifts the soul, the many a glimmering starry shoal glides through the Godhead's living sky. Ere beauties regnant are all I know, the imperial hair, the thoughtful eyes, the God-imprisoned harmonies without in gracious motions go. But I leave all, O Son of Man, put off my shoes and come to thee, most lovely thou of all I see, most potent thou of all that can. As child forsakes his favourite toy, his to sport his new-found nest, and climbing to his mother's breast, enjoys yet more his late-left joy, I lose to find, one fair-browed bride, fair pearls, the fairest light afford, is gathered around thy glory, Lord, or glory else is glorified. I see thee not, George MacDonald. Yes, Master, thou comest thou shalt find a little faith on earth, if I am here. When know'st how oft I turn to thee my mind, or said I wait until thy face appear. Hast thou not plowed my thorny ground full sore, and from it gathered many stones and sherds? Plow and harrow till it needs no more, and so thou must seed and send thy birds. I love thee, Lord, and if I yield to fears, no trust of triumph that pale doubt defies, remember, Lord, 'tis nigh 2000 years I have never seen thee with mine eyes. When I left them from wondrous tale, see all about me hath so strange a show, as that the river running down the vale, as that the wind that through the pines doth blow. Couldst the rider the riley appear again, the same who walked the paths of Palestine, and here in England teach thy trusting man in church and field and house, word and sign? Here but lilies, sparrows, and the rest, my hands on some dear proof would light and test, when my heart sees John leaning on my breast, and sends me forth to do what thou dost say. In the Churchyard, with George MacDonald. There may be seeming calm above, but no, there's a pulse below which Jesus not, a subterranean working, fiery hot, deep in the million-hearted bosom, though earthquakes unclog not the prodigious shower of elemental conflict, and the spot nurses most quiet bones which lie and rot, leave the humble streets take root and grow. There's a calm upon the mighty sea, yet at its depths alive and full of being, enormous bulks that move unwillingly. Yet poor we on it, they are past our seeing. From the deep seaweed fields, wide and ample, comes a rushing sound. These do not trample. In February, by George MacDonald. Now in the dark of February rains, poor lovers of the sunshine spring is born. The earthy fields are full of hidden corn, and March violets bud along the lanes. Therefore with joy believe in what remains, and thou dost not fear them, do not scorn our early songs for winter overworn, and faith in God's handwriting on the plains. Hope, writes he, love, and the first violet, joy, even from heaven, and songs and winds and trees. And having caught the happy birds and bees, while nature labours with the letters yet, spring cannot cheat us, though our hopes be broken, nor leave us, for we know what God hath spoken. In the Night, by George MacDonald. As to your child the mother calls, come to me, child, come near, calling in silent intervals, the Master's voice I hear. But does he call me the Riley? To have me does he care? Why should he seek my poverty, my selfishness forbear? The voice makes his gladness brim, and not a child can know, if a large woman cares for him, why she should love him so. Lord, to thy call of me a bow, obey like Abraham, who loves me because thou art thou, and I am what I am. Doubt whispers, thou art such a blood he cannot love, poor we. If what I am he loveth not, he loves what I should be. Nay, that which can be drawn and wooed, and turned away from ill, is what his Father made for good. He loves me, I say still. In the Winter, George MacDonald. In the winter flowers are springing, in the winter woods are green. There our banished birds are singing, where our summer sun is seen. Our cold midnights are covered with an evening and a morn, where the forest gods hold revel, and the spring is newly born. The earth is full of fighting, while men rise and curse their day, and the foolish strong are smiting, and the foolish weak betray. The true hearts beyond are growing, if the brave spirits walk alone, where love's summer wind is blowing, and truth irradiates zone. Where we cannot shape our living to the beauty of our skies, while man wants and earth is giving, nature calls and man denies. Of the old world around him gather, where the Maker is their son, of the children of the Father, the will of God is done. Daily woven through our story, sounding far above our strife, is a time enclosing glory, is a space absorbing life. We can dream, nor dream Elysian, where's no good thing might be, but some angel has the vision, that some human soul shall see. Is thy straight horizon dreary, is thy foolish fancy chill? Change the feet that half grown weary for the wings that never will. Burst the flesh and live the spirit, haunt the beautiful and far. Vast all things to inherit, and the soul for every star. Life or Death by George MacDonald. Is there secret joy that may not weep for every flower that ends still span, for every child that grows up to man, for every captive bird a cage doth keep, for every aching eye that went to sleep long ages back, when our eyes began to see and know and laugh as now we can, unravelling God's wonders heap by heap? Or doth a past limit eternity in charnel dance that rot and reek away, a dismal life of those that go astray, a pitiful deformity to be, beauty dreadful source of growth to be, and thou wouldst live thine eyes to greet the day? Life Vary by George MacDonald. Or thou that walk'st with nigh hopeless feet past thee one harbour, built for thee in thine, doth not stray odours from its table greet, to turn beam the fire or candle shine? At his white door the house doth stand and call, and every lattice gracious forms invite, sees but dull grey, solid wall and forest sullen the things of night. Thou crav'st rest, and rest for thee doth crave, a white sheet folded down, a white robe apart. Shame, faithless, I do not mean the grave, I mean life's very house and hearth and heart. Lines to Steamboat by George MacDonald. Dark stranger on the teeming map of fate, fabric that seems to finger like apart from aught that nature or that art create. To me a mystery thou ever art, on wonder stir me when by frame I view strange birth, water and of flame. How canst thou hear? A scarce distinguished speck, I saw thee on the distant wave, but no, yet no busy crew upon the deck, nor bearing sail, nor labouring oar hast thou. What power propels thee, beats with viewless heart within thy tall planks, marvellous thou art. No wind or tide thou onward path perplex, blow east, blow west, it seems alike to thee. That me no bark seat vying breeze can vex, hurl from their course, or on the slumbering sea chain motionless, but glidest daily on, unchecked, unchanged, majestic and alone. I gaze perchance around me, thou art there, I gaze again, thou art there no more. Thou fixed there still, the lingering mates appear, where art thou fled, to what far away for shore, hast vanished dream like bark, if bark thou be, and not some basking monster of the sea. I love thee not, strange fabric, love for me, there's something vague and phantom-like about thee, I dare not trust to, and methinks that they who most admire and admiring adopt thee. Proudly thou showest no, yet who can tell one hot moment shall not break the spell? Hurly gilded sides and painted wheels, shivered atoms upward to the sky. Dear to me the thought of gallant keels, with snow-white sails and masts forest high, time-honored bulwarks on whose wood wall dread a Duncan conquered and a Nelson bled. Little White Lily by George MacDonald. Little white lily sat by a stone, dropping and waiting till the sun shone. Little white lily's sunshine has fled, little white lily is lifting her head. Little white lily said, "It is good." Little white lily's clothing and food. Little white lily, dressed like a bride, shining with whiteness and crowned beside. Little white lily, dropping with pain, waiting and waiting for the wet rain. Little white lily, hold of a cup, rain is fast falling and filling it up. Little white lily said, "Good again, but I am thirsty to have a nice rain. Now I am stronger, now I am cool, it cannot burn me, my veins are so full." Little white lily smells very sweet, and I had sunshine, rain at the feet. Thanks to the sunshine, thanks to the rain, little white lily is happy again. Longing, George MacDonald. My heart is full of inarticulate pain, and beats laborious. Cold, ungenial looks invade my sanctuary. Men of gain, wise and success, I read in feeble books, no nigher came. I pray, the air is drear, this winter and low skies when ye appear. Beloved, who love beauty and fair truth, come near me. Too near ye cannot come. Make me an atmosphere of your sweet youth. Give me your souls to breathe in a large room. Speak not a word, for see, my spirit lies helpless and dumb. Shine on me with your eyes. All white places, far from feverish tones, great shining seas, pine forests, mountains wild, rock-bosomed shores, rough heaths, and sheep-cropped downs, vast pallid clouds, blue spaces undefiled, room, give me room, give loneliness and air, free things and plenteous in your regions fair. White dove of David flying overhead, golden with sunlight and by snowy wings, outspeeding thee my longing thoughts have led, to find a home afar from men or things. There in his temple, earth o'erreaching with sky, God's heart to mine may speak, my heart reply. O God of mountains, stars and boundless spaces, O God of freedom and of joyous hearts, and thy face looketh forth from all men's faces, and will be room enough in crowded marts. Brood thou around me, and the noise is o'er, the universe my closed with shut door. Heart, heart awake, the love that loveth all, maketh deeper calm in Hope's cave. God and we, can his children's folly gall? Love me, be heard, but shall not love be brave? where holy silence sings in dews of balm, about my solitude, the mountain calm. Lost and found, George MacDonald. I missed him when the sun began to bend. I found him not when I had lost his rim. Of many tears I went in search of him, climbing high mountains which did still ascend, and gave me echoes when I called my friend. For cities vast, charnels grim, and high cathedrals where the light was dim, for books and arts and works without an end, and found him not, a friend whom I had lost. And I found him as I found the lark, a sound in fields I heard but could not mark. I found him nearest when I missed him most. I found him in my heart, alive in frost, a light I knew not till my soul was dark. Lost but safe, by George MacDonald. Lost, the little one roams about, path or shelter none can find. Blinking stars are coming out, no one is moving but the wind. It's no use to cry or shout, all world is still as a mouse. One thing only eases her mind, father knows I'm not in the house. Love is home, by George MacDonald. Love's the part and love's the whole. Love is the robe and love is the pole. Ruler of heart and brain and soul, love is the lord and the slave of all. I thank thee, love, that thou lovest me. I thank thee more that I love thee. Love's the rain and love's the air. Love's the earth that holdeth fast. Love's the root that is buried there. Love's the open flower at last. I thank thee, love all round about, that the eyes of my love are looking out. Love's the sun and love is the sea. Love's the tide that comes and goes. Flowing and flowing it comes to me, ebbing and ebbing to thee it flows. O my sun and my wind and tide, my sea and my shore and all beside. Light, O light that art by showing, wind, O wind that lives by motion. Fort, O fort that art by knowing, will that art born in self-devotion. Love is you, for not all of you know it. Ye are not love, yet ye always show it. Faithful Creator, heart longed for Father, come of our heart unfolded brother, home to thee all the glories gather. All our love, and there is no other. Our love that rest, we loves that roam, home unto thee, we are coming home. Love's strength, by George MacDonald. Love alone is great in might, makes the heavy burden light. Smooth rough raised to bare feet, makes the bitter morsel sweet. Love alone is strength. Might that is not born of love is not might born from above, has its birthplace down below, that we neither reap nor sow. Love alone is strength. Love stronger than all force is its own eternal source, but it always in decay. Love grows fresher every day. Love alone is strength. Little ones no ill can chain, fear ye not but sing and dance. If a high heaven should fall, God is plenty for us all, God is love and strength. Marriage songs, George MacDonald. We have no more wine, she said. We had enough of bread, and vessels by the door had for first a plenty store. Yes, enough, but love divine turned the water into wine. When should wine like a water flow, but when home to glad hearts go? When, in sacred bondage bound, soul and soul have freedom found. Such a time when a holy sign Jesus turned the water wine. Good is all the feasting then, good the merry words of men, good the laugh and the smiles, good the wine that grief beguiles. Groaning good, the word divine, turning water into wine. Friends, the Master feel well, daily work this miracle, and fair things to come and grow, bring again the heavenly show. Ever at your table dine, turning water into wine. So at last you should descry all the patterns of sky. Earth a heaven of short abode, houses temples unto God. Water pots, a vision fine, brimming full of heavenly wine. Martha, by George MacDonald. Of joyful pride her heart is high, humble host of hold, the men and nations prophecy long ages have foretold. Poor is he? Yes, and lowly born, woman's soul is proud, to know and hail the coming one before the isle is crowed. At a poor table will he eat, he should be served with honour and devotion meet for any king that were. As all she can, she dies apart, profuse in sacrifice, nor dreams that in her unknown heart a better offering lies. And many crosses she must bear, her plans are turned and bent. Do what she can, things will not birth from her intent. With idle hands and dropping lid, see Mary sit at rest. Shameful it was, assisted in the service for the guest. Dear Martha, one day Mary's lot must rule thy hands and eyes. All the household cares forgot, must sit as idle wise. And once more first she said her word to bar her master's ways, crying, By this he stinketh, Lord, he hath been dead 4 days. How's thy soul, a brother dear, would feather where he lies? I did the very best when here, and if the dead men rise? Mother Nature, by George MacDonald. Beautiful mother is busy all day, so busy she never can sing nor say. But lovely thoughts in her cheeks flow, for eyes and her ears and the bosom go. Motion, sight, and sound and scan, leaving a royal rich content. The night is come and the children sleep, beautiful mother her watch doth keep, With glowing stars in the dusk here, down she sits to her music rare, the instrument that never fails, as the hearts and the throats of nightingales. Much and more, by George MacDonald. And the heart love-filled grows graver, eternal bliss looks nearer, ask the heart no showed favor, is the gift to give her dearer. Love, love on, love higher, deeper, and love's ocean close above her, only, love for more love's keeper, more the love-creating lover. My heart of a lark, by George MacDonald. But as the want to sing, thou hast no song, my heart, if there be in thee a hidden spring, wherefore will no word start? On its way thou hear'st no song, yet flutters thy unborn joy, the years of a life are growing long, art still the heart of a boy? Father, I am thy child, my heart is in thy hand, let it hear some echo of gladness wild of a song in thy high land. I will answer, but how, my God, thou knowest I cannot say, and with spring I know the lark from thy sod, the lark to meet thy day. No sign, by George MacDonald. O Lord, if on the wind at cool of day I heard one whispered word of mighty grace, if through the darkness as in bed I lay, and once had come a hand upon my face, if at one sign that might not be mistook had ever been since first her face I sought, I should not now be doubting or a book, but serving thee with burning heart and thought. So dreams that heart, but to my heart I say, turning my face to front the darkened wind, such signs that only barren and newest vain to thee, longing heart of thee wild mind. Where asked thy way, where lies the way? Very son, there's father's face, who could show himself with not in clay, was the Lord of spirit, form and space. My being, Lord, will nevermore be whole, till thou come behind mine ears and eyes, enter into the temple of my soul with perfect context, such a sweet surprise. Such presence as, before it met the view, the prophet fancy could not once foresee, while the corner of the temple knew by every emptiness its need of thee. They keep all their words, no favoured some, haters of worldly winds, of judgment's tide, then Jesus, or will the Father come, or ended prayers, in my soul abide. A long delay, a cunning creeping sin, I should but fail, and cease at length to cry. But Jesus, thou wilt not yet come in, knock at my window as thou pass by. Noontide Hymn, by George MacDonald. I love thy skies, thy sunny mists, thy fields, thy mountains o'er, the wind that bloweth where it lists, the will I love it more. I love the hidden truth to seek all round in sea and shore, the arts whereby like gods we speak, where will to me is more. I love a man and woman, Lord, the children round my door, calm thoughts with inward strength afford, the will my reasons more. And the will my life doth hold, divine to the very core, the world which with some will doth mould, I love then 10 times more. Not Understood, by George MacDonald. Tumultuous rushing over the outstretched plains, while it maze of comets and of suns, the blood of changeless gold that ever runs with quick distopal up the immortal veins, a phantom host that moves and works in chains, a monstrous fiction which collapsing stunts the mind to stop under maze at once, a tragedy which that man best explains rushes blindly on his wild career with trembling hoofs and sound of mad war, who will not nurse a life to win the tear, but is extinguished like a falling star. Such will at time this life appear to me, and to learn to read more perfectly. Oh, do not leave me, by George MacDonald. Oh, do not leave me, mother, lest I weep. Till I forget, be near me in that chair. Mother's presence leads her down to sleep, leaves her contented there. Do not leave me, lover, brother, friends, till I am dead, and resting in my place. Love compassed thus, forgotten peace askance, and leaves a raptured face. Leave me not, God, until nigh, until when? Not till I have with thee one heart, one mind. Not till the life is light in me, and when leaving is left behind. O Lord, how happy, by George MacDonald. O Lord, how happy is the time when in thy love I rest, and from my weariness I climb even to thy tender breast. The night of sorrow endeth there, thou art brighter than the sun, and the pardon and thy care, the heaven of heaven is one. Let the world call herself my foe, let the world allure, I cannot for world, I go to this dear friend and sure, when life's fierce storms ascend upon life's wildest sea, when it barks confident because it holds by thee. And when love threatens endless death upon the dreadful hill, straight from a consuming breath my soul goeth, higher still, goeth to Jesus, wounded, slain, maketh him her home, when she will not go out again, and where death cannot come. And with fear of wilderness, where thou hast been before, nay rather will I daily press after thee, near thee more. Thou art my food, and when I lean, thou makest my heart sing, and to the heavenly pastures green all thy dear flock does bring. And if the gate that opens there be dark to other men, it is not dark to those who share the heart of Jesus win. That is not losing much of life, which is not losing thee, who art as present in the strife as in the victory. Therefore happy is the time when in the love I rest, and from my weariness I climb even to thy tender breast. The night of sorrow and of fair, thou art brighter than the sun, and the pardon and the care, the heaven of heaven is one. O wind of God, George MacDonald. O wind of God that blowest in the mind, blow, blow, and wake the gentle spring in me. Blow, swifter blow, a strong warm summer wind, while the flowers of ice come out to sea. Blow till the fruit hangs red on every tree, the high soaring songlarks meet thy dove. High the imperfect so as descants the perfect love. Blow not the less, the winter cometh when. Blow, wind of God, blow high the changes keen. Let the spring creep into the ground again, the flows close all the ice and not be seen. O lives than we that ever once have been, blow from upper air with icy storms, breathe cold, wind of God, and kill my canker worms. Obedience by George MacDonald. Trust him in the common light, trust him in the awesome night, trust him in the earth doth quake, trust him in the heart of ache, trust him in the brain of real and the friends turns on his heel, trust him in the ways rough, cry not yet, it is enough, but obey with true endeavour, else the salt have lost his savour. Of one who died in spring, by George MacDonald. Loosen of springs, he died by thee, softness, not hardness, sent him home. He loved thee and thou madest him free of all the place thou comest from. Oh, that the wind, by George MacDonald. Oh, that the wind would call from the depths of the leafless wood. Oh, that a voice would fall on the ear of my solitude. Far away is the sea, with its sound and its spirit tone. Outward white clouds flee, but I am alone, alone. Straight and steady and tall the trees stand on their feet, fast by the old stone wall the moss grows green and sweet. My heart is full of fears, the sun shines far away, they look my face through tears in the light of a dying day. My heart was glad last night as I pressed it with my palm, its throb was airy and light as it sang some spirit psalm. But it died away in my breast as I wandered forth today, as the bird sat dead on its nest, the lover sang on the spray. A very heart of mine is wherever I true for we, will ever a sun outshine, but the sun that shines on me. Away, away through the air the clouds and the leaves are blown. My heart hath need of prayer, for it sitteth alone, alone. O woe of little faith, by George MacDonald. Sad-hearted, be at peace. The snowdrop lies buried in sepulchre of ghastly snow. At spring is floating up the southern skies, and darkening the pale snowdrop waits below. Let me persuade, and our December's day, we scarce believe there is a month of June, and at the stairs of April and of May, the hot sun climbeth to the summer's noon. Yet hear me, I love God, and half I rest, or better God loves thee, so all rest woe. He's our summer, our dim vision best, and in his heart thy prayer is resting now. On a December day, by George MacDonald. The sweetness of an April day, the softness of spring is on the face of the old year. She is no natural grace, but something comes to her from far away, out of the past and our decay, beauty of a childhood you can trace. Yet you move with a stormy pace, and go quickly, stay, old year, oh, stay. We do not like new friends, we love the old. With young, fierce, hopeful hearts we ill agree, and thou art patient, stagnant, calm, and cold, and not like that new year that is to be. Life, promise, love, our eyes may fill, fair child. We know the past that will not be beguiled. Yet the free heart will not be captive long, and if she changes often she is free, but if she changes, one has mastery, who makes the joy the last in every song. And so today I blessed the breezes strong that swept the blue, I blessed the breezes free that rode with leaves like river shillingly, I blessed the purple woods they stood among. And yet the spring is better, bitterness cometh with words but did not stay for them. Accomplishment and promise, field and stem, new green fresh growing in a fragrant dress. At the behind of death and memory, nigh prophet spring, but I will follow we. On the movement of Beethoven's, by George MacDonald. Other, once more touch the strings that memory may feed upon the strain, and overlive again the days when the heart gloried in the golden lace that give the spirit wings. Simple yet how profound, the feeling that includes this deathless air. Did heartache or despair or dream inspire its notes that spread so charmed a stream of harmony around? Sometimes the deep notes swell soft as a sigh, a semitone of thought. It sometimes seemed the fraud of the fate, storm-toned, spirit-rousing chant of hate, and booming like a knell. Wild, messy, swift and dark, the clashing strains of harmony unite, or their solemn flight, one note of wandering sweetness doth serenely float, like love call of a lark. Those gloomy chords at last roll wave-like through the caverns of the mind, and musically win their way into dark thoughts, and rise in dreary array the ghost dreams of the past. and then the plaintive tone of pastoral pipe or mountain brook or bird entranced thought is heard, until the faint heart fails beneath the master's skill and yearns to be alone. Yet, lady, yet once more bring back that branded train of hopes and fears, a passion of past years, the spell that ruled my being in its inmost cell, and when, sweet friend, give o'er. One with nature, by George MacDonald. I have a fellowship with every shade of changing nature, with the tempest o'er my soul goes forth to claim her early dower of living princedom. The wings have stayed amidst the wider uproar undismayed, yet you have often owned the better power, and blessed the gentle coming of a shower, the speechless majesty of love arrayed, loud virtue, under which disguise full many a princely thing hath passed by, and she from homely course of eyes hath gathered visions wider than the sky, and seen the withered heart of man arise, peaceful as God and full of majesty. Our Ship, by George MacDonald. Had I a great ship coming home, with big plunger over sea, what bright things had from star and foam than a heart for we! The stormy billows heave, and did the wild winds wear and play, but regnant o'er God's stately ship is steering home this way. Power, by George MacDonald. Power that is not of God, however great, is but the downward rushing and the glare of swift mere that have lost its share in the one impulse which doth animate the parent mass, emblem to me of fate, which with vast nightly wastes sit of onward fare, wild-eyed and headlong, rend away from prayer, a moment brilliant, but most desolate. And, O my brothers, should we ever learn from all the things we see continually, that pride is but the empty mockery of what is strong in man, not so the stern and sweet repose of soul which we can earn only through reverence and humility. Prayer, by George MacDonald. We doubt the word that tells us, ask, and ye shall have your prayer. We turn our thoughts as to a task, with will constrained and rare, and yet we have these scanty prayers yield gold without alloy. O God, but he that trusts and dares must have a boundless joy. Provision, George MacDonald. Above my head the great pine branches tower, backwards and forwards each to the other bends, beckoning the tempest cloud which high the winds, like a slow laboured thought hath power. Hark to the patter of a coming shower. Let me be silent while the Almighty sends His thunderbird along, and when it ends I will arise and fashion from the hour words of stupendous import, fit to guard high thoughts and purposes, which may wave, when the temptation cometh close and hard, like fire brands betwixt me and the grave of meaner things, to which I am a slave, furthermore I keep not watch and ward. Punishment, by George MacDonald. Mourner, that dost deserve a mournfulness, call thyself punished, call the earth a hell. Say, God is angry and I earned it well, I would not have him smile on wickedness. Save us, and straightway all thy grief grows less. God rules at least, I find his prophets tell, and proves it in this prison, and where still smiles with an unsuspected loveliness. A prison, and yet from door and window bar I catch 1,000 breaths of his sweet air. Even to me his days and nights are fair. He shows me many a flower and many a star. And though I mourn and he is very fair, it does not kill the hope which reaches there. Quiet dead, by George MacDonald. Quiet, quiet dead, have you aught to say from your hidden bed in the earthy clay? Fathers, children, mothers, ye are very quiet. Can ye shout, my brothers, what know you by it? Have ye any words that like to ours? Have ye any birds? Have ye any flowers? Could ye rise a minute when the sun is warm? I would know you in it, I would take no harm. I am half afraid in the ghostly night, if ye all obeyed, I should fear you quite. But in days breaking in the purple east, it would meet you waking, one of you at least. And the sun is tipping every stony block, and the sun is slipping down the weathercock. Quiet, quiet dead, I will not perplex you. What tongue hath said, hardly it may vex you. And I hear you speaking with a quiet speech, as if you were seeking better things to teach. Wait a little longer, suffer and endure, till heart is strong and your eyes are pure. A little longer, brother, with a fellow man, if we meet each other way again. Reciprocity, by George MacDonald. Her mother, Alfie older grown, one evening for adieu, said, "You'll not mind being left alone, for God takes care of you." In child where her heart's eye did see the correlations note. Yes, she said, God takes care of me, and I take care of God. The child and mother were the same, she changed not, only grew. Twixt God and her no shadow came, the truth always true. As daughter as sister, promised wife, a heart of love did brim. Now sure it brims is full of life, it 14 years in him. Rejoice, George MacDonald. Rejoice, said the sun, I will make thee gay, with glory and gladness and holiday. I am dumb, O man, I need the voice, that man would not rejoice. Rejoice in thyself, said he, O son, for thy daily course is a lordly one. In the lofty place rejoice if thou can, for me I am only a man. Rejoice, saith the wind, I am free and strong, and will take in the heart an ancient song, hear the roaring woods' morgen noise. But man would not rejoice. Rejoice, O wind, in thy strength, said he, for thou fulfillst the destiny. Shake the forest, the faint flowers fan, for me I am only a man. Rejoice, said the night, and the moon and star, of the sun and wind are gone afar. I am here with rest and dreaming choice. Man would not rejoice. For he said, what is rest to me, I pray, whose labour leads to no gladsome day? He only can dream who has hope behind, alas for me and my kind. When a voice, that cometh from moon or star, from the sun of the wind that roved afar, said, man, I am with thee, hear my voice. Man said, I rejoice. Reference Waking Hope by George MacDonald. A pause on me, and my soul must speak to thee, the grey man whom I behold with those white-headed children. I am bold to commune with thy setting, direct my doubts to my grey hair, for I would seek thee in that other world, but I am told thou goest else than wilt never hold thy head so high as snow. Oh, I were weak, weak even to despair, could I forego the tender vision which will give somehow thee standing brightly one day even as snow. Thou art a very grey old man, and so may not pass thee darkly, but bestow a look of reverence on thy wrinkled brow. Room to Room by George MacDonald. Straight is the path, it means you must not roam. Yes, but a straight path leads into a boneless home. Russell Gurney by George MacDonald. In that high country, the thought gone, right noble friend, walks with thy peers, the gathered great of many 100 years. Few are left like thee, few, I say, not none, as were thy England's soon Babylon, a land of outcry, mockery, and tears. Higher than law, a refuge from its fears, art thou in whom embodied justice shone. The smile that gracious broke on thy grand face was like the sunrise of a morn serene among the mountains, making sweet their awe. Thou both the gentle and the strong didst draw. Thee, childhood laughed, and on thy breast would lean, as, whence thou comest, it knew the lofty place. Second Sight by Ambrose Bierce. Which is the fancy which can double back all its seeming forms, from cold icicles built up high glittering palaces where dwells a summer perfection, moulding all this wreck to spirit's symmetry, and doth not lack the power to hear amidst the funeral bells the eternal heart's wind melody which swells and woven flashes all along its track. So hath the sun made all the winter mine, with gardens springing round me fresh and fair, on hidden leaves and counted jewels shine, and let the forms of beauty everywhere, peopling the crumbling waste of icy pool with sighs and sounds of life most beautiful. Shadows by George MacDonald. All things are shadows of thee, Lord, the sun himself is but thy shade. My spirit is the shadow of thy word, a thing that thou hast said. Diamonds are shadows of the sun, the gleam is after him they hark. My soul some errors of the light hath won, and feebly fights the dark. All knowledge are broken shades, and gulfs of dark a scattered horde, together rush and part a glory grades, then love thy garment, Lord. My soul, the shadow is still as light, because the shadow falls from thee, a turn, dull candle to the centre bright, and home flits shadowy. Shine, Lord, shine me thy shadow still, the brighter I, the more thy shade, my motion by thy lovely moveless will, my darkness light delayed. Shall the dead praise thee, George MacDonald? I cannot praise thee, by this instrument the master sits and moves no foot no hand. For see the organ pipes this, that way bend, leaning on a throne, like wheat stalks tempest fend. I well could praise thee for a flower, a dove, but not for life that is not life in me, not for a being that is less than love, a barren shoal half lifted from a sea. Unto a land where no wind bloweth ships, the wind one day will blow me to my own. Rather I'd kiss no more my loving lips, and care though my heart's a poor and prone. I bless thee, Father, thou art what thou art, but thou dost know thyself, what thou dost know, a perfect, simple, tender, rhythmic heart, beating its blood to all its boneless flow. And I can bless thee too for every smart, for every disappointment, ache and fear, every hook that fixed in my heart, for every burning chord that draws me near. A prayer is awake, not song. Myself I crave. Come thou, or all thy gifts away I fling. For silent I am but an empty grave. Think to me, Father, and I am a king. My organ pipes then stand at the wake, the life's store as some smouldering wood of a blaze, and swift contending harmonies shall shake the windows with a storm of jubilant praise. Smoke by George MacDonald. Lord, I have laid my heart upon my altar, but cannot get the wood to burn. It hardly flares as it begins to falter, and to the dark return. All sap, or nightfall new, makes damp the fuel, and when my breath would flame provoke, at sea at every poor attempt's renewal, the fierce guns the smoke. So all I have smoke, failure, fault, and aver, coldness, doubt, and palsied lack. Such as I have, I send thee, perfect giver, send thou thy lightning back. Song of Innocence by George MacDonald. Mary, Mary who well may be, for Jesus Christ has come down to see. Long before at the top of a stair, he set her angels awaiting there, waiting high than viver to fly, tending the children of the sky, lest we dash little feet against big stones, and tumble down and break little bones. The path is rough, and we must not roam, we've learned to walk and must follow him home. Song of the Saints and Angels by George MacDonald. Gordon the self-refusing, Gordon the love of God, Gordon the good part choosing, welcome along the road. For knows the man of Father to do thy will herein, men's praises he did not gather, where scarce such another man. The black sheep's faithful shepherd, who knew not how to flee, is torn by the desert leopard, and comes wounded home to thee. Home he is coming the faster, at the way he could not miss. The arms so take him, master, and heal him with a kiss. Then give him 1,000 cities, to rule till the evils cease, and the wailing minor ditties die in a psalm of peace. Song of the Waiting Dead by George MacDonald. With us there's no grave fearing, with us no aching for leg. The morn it is always nearing, and the night is at our back. At times the song will fall dumb, a thought will burst in a sigh, but no one says, he will not come, she says, he's almost nigh. A thing you call a soul is our delight on its way. We know that the coming morrow comes on the wheels of today. Our past child asleep, delay is ripening the kiss, rising teeth we will not weep until it flow for bliss. Spoken of several philosophers, George MacDonald. I pray you, all you men who put your trust in modes and systems in well-tackled gear, holding that nature lives from year to year in one continual round, because you must, set me not down. I pray you, in the dust of all these centuries, like a pot of beer, impute a pot disconsolately clear, which holds a pot full as is right and just. I will grow clamorous by the Lord, I will, if thus you use me like a pewter pot. Good friend, for art at hopper and sod, and not be the lead to hold for I will, nor any lead. I will arise and spill the silly beverage spill as piping hot. Steadfast by George MacDonald. Here stands the giant stone from whose far top comes down the sounding water. Let me gaze till every sense of man and human ways is erect and quenched forever, drop into the whirl of time, and without stop pass downward thus. Again my eyes I raise to wee dark rock, and with a mist and haste my strength returns when I behold the prop gleam stars and steady through the wavering wreck. Surely thy strength is human, and like me will be as loud as thunder on thy back. And lo, a smile upon the starshire, black and breezy tuft of grass which I can see waving serenely from a sunlit crack. Sudden calm, George MacDonald. As the bellowing in me is of might unfleshed and visionless, mangling the air with horrible convulse, as if it bare the cruel weight of wills, but could not fight with the thick dropping clods, and could but bide the vapor cloud. I will climb the stair of the great universe, and lay me there, even at the threshold of his gate, despite the tempest and the weakness and the rush was quick crowding on me. Oh, I dream, now I am sailing swiftly, as we seem to do in sleep, I can hear the gush of the melodious wave that carries me on forever to eternity. Sun and Moon by George MacDonald. First came the red-eyed sun as I did wake. He smote me on the temples, and I rose, casting the night aside and all its woes. I would spurn my idleness, and take my own wide journey, even like him, and shake the pillars of old oak with lusty blows, even like himself in his rich glory goes, right through the stalwart fogs that part and break. And my soul was ready for the fight, a solemn setting mocked me in the west. As I trembled in the lifting night, a white moon met me, and my heart confessed a mellow wisdom in a silent youth, which fed my hope for fear, and made my strength for truth. Sympathy by George MacDonald. Grief held me silent in my seat, never moved nor smiled. She held her silent at my feet, my shining lily child. She raised her face and looked on mine, she deemed herself denied. The door was shut, there was no shine, poor she was left outside. Once, twice, 3 times with infant grace, lips my name did mold. Her face was pulling at my face, she was but 10 months old. I saw, the sight rebuked my sight. It made me think, does God need help from his poor children's eyes to ease him of his load? If he did, how seldom then the Father would be glad, if comfort lay in the eyes of men little comfort had. We cry to him in evil case, and comfort sore we lack, and with troubled seek his face, consoled he sends us back. And waits for prayer to rise and climb, he wakes with sleeping prayer, is our Father all the time, and servant everywhere. I looked not up, foreboding hid, kept down my heart the while. 'Twas he looked up, my Father did smile in my infant smile. That holy thing, George MacDonald. All were looking for a king to slay their foes and lift them high. Or came the little baby thing that made a woman cry. O Son of Man, to ride my lot, naught but thy presence can avail. Yet on the road the wheels are not, nor on the sea by sail. My fancied ways thou shouldst foreheed, thou comes down thine own secret stair, comes down to answer all my need, yeah, every bygone prayer. The Burnt Offering by George MacDonald. Thrice happy he was hard each newborn night, when out one day hath vanished o'er earth's brim, and he hath laid him down in chamber dim. Straightway begins to tremble and grow bright, and those faint flashes toward the vaulted high of a great peace that overshadoweth him. Keen lambent flames of hope awake and swim throughout his soul, touching each point with light. The great earth under him an altar is, upon whose top a sacrifice he lies, burning in love's response up to the skies, whose fiery descendant first enkindled his. When slow the flickering flame at length expire, sleep's ashes only hide the glowing fire. The Children's Heaven by George MacDonald. The infant lies in blessed ease upon his mother's breast. No storm, no dark, no baby sees invade his heaven of rest. He nothing knows of change or death, effaces holy skies. The air he breathes his mother's breath, his stars his mother's eyes. Yet half a soft wind's wandering there are sighs that come or fears. The dew slow falling through that air, it is the dew of tears. Ah, my child, the heavenly home hath storms as well as dew. Black clouds fill sometimes all its dome and quench the starry blue. A smile would win no smile again, and the baby saw the things that ache across his mother's brain the while to him she sings. The faith in me is faith in vain, I am not what I seem. A dreary day or cruel pain, it wakes thee from thy dream. And I pity not his dreams so fair, fear thou no waking grief. Oh, safer he than thou were, good as his vague belief. There is a heaven, that heaven above, where only gazers know a truer love, and in thy kisses a better friend than thou. The Father's arms fold like a nest, both thee and him above. His face looks down a heaven of rest, there comes no dark, no doubt. Its mists are clouds of stars that move on with progress rife. Its winds the goings of his love, its dew the dew of life. We for our children seek the heart, for when we lift our eyes. Lord, should their faith in us depart, let faith in thee arise. When childhood's vision them forsake, to woman grown and man, back to the heart their hearts so take, and bid them dream again. The Christmas Child by George MacDonald. Little one who straight hast come down the heavenly stair, tell us all about your home and the Father where. He's such a one as I, like as like can be. Do his will, and by, home and him you'll see. The Dawn by George MacDonald. And must I ever wake, grey dawn, to know thee standing sadly by me like a ghost? I'm perplexed of thee, that thou shouldst cost this earth never turning. All aglow thou shouldst have reached me with purple show along far mountain tops. And I would post with the breath of seas, while we're lost in the hot phantom chase for life, if so thou earnest ever with this numbing sense of chilly distance and unlovely light, waking this gnawed soul anew to fight with its perpetual load. I drive thee hence, I have another mountain range from whence bursts the sun unutterably bright. The Dwellers Within by George MacDonald. Down a warm alley, early in the year, among the woods, with all the sunshine in and all the winds outside it, I begin to think that something gracious will appear, if anything of grace inhabit here, or there be friendship in the woods to win. Might one but find companions more akin to trees and grass and happy daylight clear, and in the woods spend one long hour at home. If fairies do not love so bright a place, and angels to the forest never come, but I have dreamed of some harmonious race, the kindred of the shapes that haunt the shore of music's flow and flow for evermore. The Failing Track by George MacDonald. Where wind the feet that therefore have come, here knows no gulf to quench the flowing past. A flimfling pause is broke, the path grows dumb, the grass floats in, the gazer stands aghast. Tremble not, maiden, though the footprints die, by no air path scans the lark's clear notes. The mighty throated, when he mounts the sky, over some lowly landmark sings and floats. Be of good cheer, past vanish from the wave. There all the ships steer each its track of grey, undaunted they the wandering desert brave, and each a magic finger points the way. The finger finely touched, nor eye of luck, hast thou to guide thy steps where footprints fail, and then to well to turn before the dark, nor dream to find thy dreams in yonder vale. Like that way one hour is plain to thee, hard happed by hers who saw no trace behind. Back to confession at the mother's knee, back to the question of a childlike mind. Then start afresh, but toward unending end, the goal on which hangs thy own star all night. So shalt thou need no footprints to befriend, childhood, and shining star will guide thee right. The Father's Worshippers by George MacDonald. The three, not in thine arms, who weep and pray, the children in the bosom laugh and play. The Flower Angels by George MacDonald. Of old, with goodwill from the skies, God's message to them given, the angels came, a glad surprise, and went again to heaven. But now the angels are grown rare, needed no more as when far lowlier messengers can bear God's goodwill unto man. Each year the snowdrop's pallid dawn breaks from the earth below, light spreads till from the dark updrawn the noontide roses glow. The snowdrops first, the dawning grey, when out the roses burn, the speak the bird grow dim away, to holy dust return. Of oracles by little dearth, should heaven continue dumb, from lowliest corners of the earth God's messengers will come. In their face his we see, O Lord, and are no longer blind, need not so much as rare a bird, and flowers even reach his mind. The Giver, by George MacDonald. To give a thing and take again is counted meanness among men. To take away what once is given cannot then be the way of heaven. But human hearts are crumbly stuff, and never laugh enough. For God takes and with a smile puts our best things away a while. Whereon some weep, some rave, some scorn, some wish they never had been born. Some humble grow at last and still, when God gives them what they will. The Goal, by George MacDonald. In God alone the perfect end, thou find thyself a friend. The Grace of Grace, by George MacDonald. And I have grace to win the grace of some old man and law complete, my face would worship at his feet, and I sat lowly at his feet. And I have grace to win the grace of childhood, loving shy, apart, which I should find a near place and teach me resting on my heart. And I have grace to win the grace of maiden living all above, myself would trample down the base, that she might have a man to love. A grace ahead and a grace to win knocks now at my half-open door. Our Lord of glory, come thou in, a grace divine is all and more. The Healer, by George MacDonald. They come to thee, the halt, the maimed, the blind, the devil-torn, the sick, the sore. The heart, the well of life they find, thine ear, their open door. Who can tell the joy of Palestine, what smiles and tears have rescued throngs? The leaves of life were turned to wine, the prayers to shouts and songs. The story, dear wise men fable call, give poetry facts so mighty range. To me it seems just what should fall, and nothing very strange. And were I deaf and lame and blind and sore, I scarce would care for cure to ask, and never prayer should haunt thy door, set thee a harder task. Avowed Christ, see here this heart of mine, torn, empty, moaning, and unblessed. And ever heart more need of wine, a vine indeed have rest. The word, the handwrite, soon did scark the bane that in their bodies death did breed. And thou canst cure my deeper pain, than not for Lord indeed. The Holy Midnight, by George MacDonald. Holy midnight of the soul, and stars alone are high, and winds are resting at their goal, and sea waves only sigh. Ambition faints from out the will, as sleep sad longing lies. All hope of God, all fear of ill, all need of action dies. Because God is and claims the life, he kindled in the brain, and thou in him, wrapped far from strife, diest and livest again. The Home of Death, by George MacDonald. Death, why do you abide, O death? Abiding in breath, qua death, leave the pyramids, and woman dreads, of coffin lids, abide of our life has been, and was no more to be done. Death, why do you abide, O death? We've lived to the other life, quo death, the man and the wife. I don't like life, but strife, the brains that think of the never, they are a lure and never. Death, why do you buy, O death? A boon and a boon F. Quo death, what were the artists, when I the pairs, hearts, and at the end of the session and the water begins to blow. The Human, by George MacDonald. Within each living man that thou reside, and some unrifled chamber of a heart, hidden treasure. Wayward as thou art, I love thee, man, and bind thee to my side. Let sweet Actor purify my pride, and hasten onward, willing even to part with pleasure and graces. Over hues while I bear thee company, or art my guide, even by sinning wise beyond thy keen, to thee a subtle debt my soul is owing. I take an impulse from the verse of man, that lends the wing unto my onward going. When let me pave him gladly back again, with prayer and love and faith and duty flowing. The Lark and the Wind, by George MacDonald. In the air by such a ringing, in the earth by such a droning. In the air the lark is singing, in the earth the wind is moaning. I am blessed in sunlight swinging, sad am I the world lies groaning. In the sky the lark kept singing, on the earth the wind kept moaning. The Lost House, by George MacDonald. Out of that door I run to do the thing that calls upon me. Sway to the wind of words, whoops mine ears to sounds of them that sing about the work, my God, my Father King. Turn in haste to see the blessed door, with low a cloud of flies and bats and birds and stalking vapors and vague monster herds, risen and lighted, rushed and swollen between. And me the house of peace is where no more. What is a dream when walls, fireside and floor, in sweet obedience, loving, calm and free, I vanished gone as they had never been. A labour groaning, comes a sudden sheen, I am kneeling at my father's knee, sighing with joy and hoping utterly. A man of songs, by George MacDonald, wanders in the land of dreams, a man of many songs. To thee what is, but looks and seems, no realm to thee belongs. Seest thou those mountains, faint and far, our spirit caged and tame? Blue clouds like distant hills they are, and like us not the same. Nay, nay, I know each mountain well, each cliff and peak and dome, and with cloudland in one high dell nesteth my little home. The Moon, by George MacDonald. She comes, again she comes, the bright-eyed moon, and a ragged cloud hath found her out, clasps my own dark orb like hope and doubt. That ragged cloud hath waited her since noon, and he hath found and he will hide her soon. Come, all you little winds that sit without, and blow the shining leaves the edge about. How to fast ye have a pleasant tune, she forget us in her walks at night among the other worlds that are so fair. She forget to look on our despair, she forget to be so young and bright. Night, gentle moon, vast the keys of light, as of I'm hanging by the girdle there. The New Year, by George MacDonald. Be welcome, year, with corn and sickle come, make poor the body, but make rich the heart. What man that bears sheaves the gold nodding home, will leave the pain rubbed from his groaning cart. Nor leave behind the fierce and holy shames, where souls on the horizon hanging low, great gathered fuel for the sunset flames, and joys in death's harvest home we go. The Old Castle, by George MacDonald. Her brother knew well the castle old, every closet, each outlook fair, every turret and buttress and bolt, every chamber garnished or bare. Above was out in the heavenly air, little ones lost the stairway, wandered down the dungeon stair. Brother missed them, and the clay of dungeon foil found them all. Up they jumped when they heard him call, he led the little ones into the day, out and up to the sunshine gay, up to the father's own doorsill, in at the father's own warm door, they had to be merry and work and play, where to come and go at their will, good boys and girls to be lost no more. The Prophet, by George MacDonald. Speak, prophet of the Lord, we may not start to find thee with the silver and ancient dress, haggard and pale from some bleak wilderness, empty of all save God and the loud heart, no with like rugged message quick to dart into the hideous fiction mean and base. Yet the prophet man we need not less, but more of earnest, though it is the part or did in other words, if thou wouldst smile the living mammon, seated not as when in bestial quiescence grimly died, but robbed as priest and honored of good men, yet thrice as much an idol god, as when he stared at his own feet from morn to night. The Sleepless Jesus, by George MacDonald. 'Tis time to sleep, my little boy, my gaze with bright eyes so. At night our children for new joy home to the Father go. And thou art wakeful, sleep, my child, moon and stars are gone. When it is up and raving wild, and thou art smiling on. Child, thou hast immortal eyes, that see by their own light. They see the children's blood that lies red glowing through the night. Thou hast never open ear for sober cry or moan, thou seemst not to see or hear, thou only smilest on. First thou comest to the earth, all sounds of strife are still, as silence lay about the birth, thou didst sleep thy fill. Awakest now, weepst thou not, the earth's woe be gone, with babes and mothers wail the Lord, but still thou smilest on. I read thy face like holy book, and heard is pictured there, even thy eyes see the look of one who answers prayer. Beyond pale grief and wild uproars, thou seest God's will well done. Thou prayest, for chambers closed doors, thou hearest and smilest on. Men say, I will rise and go. God says, I will go meet. Thou seest them gather, weeping low, at the Father's feet, and each for each begin to hear, and standing lonely none. Answered, O eyes, ye see all prayer, smile, Son of God, smile on. The Sparrow, by George MacDonald. O Lord, I cannot but believe birds to sing their praises when, and they sing no one another, and they are lying seeds down land, and the winter makes them grieve, the little bosoms breeding songs for the summer to unsmother. If thou hadst finished me, O Lord, nor left out me part of that great gift that goes to singing, I should have known the meaning high of the song's dispraising word, had known upon what thoughts of his pearly talk he was stringing. I should have read the wisdom head, and the storm-inspired melody of thy thrush's bosom solemn. I should not then have understood what thy freed spirit did to make the lark soprano mount like to a chaser column. I think I almost understand thy owl, its muffled swiftness, moon-round eyes, and intoned hooting. I think I could take up the part of the night owl in the land, of yellow moon and stale things, daydreamers all confuting. But among the creatures that do sing, perhaps of all I likest am to the housetop haunting sparrow that flies brief sudden flights upon a dumpy fluttering wing, and drops the praises from a throat that's very short and narrow. And if thy sparrow praise be well, by singing well thy song, and the noisy traffic quell it, it may be that in some remote and leafy heavenly dell, he may with the trumpet throat awake, and a trumpet song to swell it. The Temple of God, by George MacDonald. The desert by the bush, Moses to his heart said, Hush! David on his bed did pray, God all night went not away. The heap of ashes full, dropped to God that lived his soul. God came down to see him there, and to answer all his prayer. On the dark hill in the wind Jesus did his Father find, and while he on earth did fare, every spot was place of prayer. The man is any day, God cannot be far away. The place he loveth best, a place where he himself can rest, there alone he prayer doth seek, spirit of the meek. To the humble God doth come, and his heart he makes his home. The Thorn in the Flesh, by George MacDonald. Within my heart a worm had long been hid, knew it not when I went down and shit, because some servants of my inner house had not, I found, of late been doing well, when I spied the horror hideous dwelling defiant in the inmost cell, no, not the inmost, for where God did dwell. A small monster softly burrowing, and near by God's chamber had made itself a den, and I ended and grew a noisome thing. Aghast I prayed, 'twas time I did pray when, as I prayed it seemed to the loathsome shape grew livelier, and it so gnawed and scratched that I grew faint. And to me he said, someone that is, well to my swimming head, lie in the sea, that into his worst the creature is, but not his work, accursed. For hating in me is the thing dead. And I lay still, no thought, only endure. At last I said, oh, now I am inured of Burgess of Pain's town. The pain grew worse, and I cried out as if my heart would break. But he whom, in the fretting, sickening ache, I had forgotten, spoke. The law of the universe is this, he said. Weakness shall be the nurse of strength. There the head will serve thee too. So I took courage, and did be anew. At last, through bones and flesh and shrieking skin, lo, the thing ate its way, and light came in, and the thing died. I knew in what it meant, and turning, so the Lord in whom I leant. The Tree's Prayer, by George MacDonald. Alas, 'tis cold and dark. Wind or night have sung a wintry tune. Haven black clouds that swallowed up the moon beat against my bark. Already lays the spring, and yet the sap moves in my frozen veins. All my stiffened roots creep numbing pains, and I can hardly cling. The sunshine yestermorn, it filled the glow down every fibre flowed, and though I heard a thrush piping note of dim dream gladness born, when the salt gale driven, the streaming cloud hisses through my outstretched arm, tossed me about, and slanting snow its warmth blotted out the heaven. All night I brooded in showers among past joys, of the breath of June, feel the light flakes quivering from the moon with slow baptizing dews. Of the joy-frantic birds, we have a tons of us, mute, longing trees. The billowy odors, and the bees with brows like scattered herds. The comfort whispering showers, and filled with gratefulness my youngest shot. The children playing round my deep-sung rod, green cake from burning hours. See the heartless dawn, with naked jelly arms lashed across, another weight of moaning loss on the thin-shaded lawn. I see winters pass, your climbing suns persuade the relenting wind. I will endure with steadfast, patient mind, my lease will come at last. The True, George MacDonald. Envy the tree-tops that shakes so high, winds that fill them full of heavenly airs. Envy every little cloud that shares of unseen angels evening in the sky. And the most the younger stars that lie sky-nested, the loving heaven that bears, and night that makes strong worlds of them unawares, all gods ever beautiful and nigh. Nay, I envy not, and these are dreams, fancies, and images of real heaven. My longings, all my longing prayers are given for that which is, and not for that which seems. Draw me, O Lord, to thy true heaven above, heaven of afford, where rest thy love. The Unseen Face, by George MacDonald. And to beseech thee, God, show me thy face. Come up to me in Sinai on the morn. Shalt behold as much as may be borne. And on a rock stood Moses, alone in space. On Sinai's top, the poorest thunderous place, God passed in cloud, an earthly garment worn to hide and thus reveal. And love, not scorn, he put him in the cleft of a rock's base, covered him with his hand, his eyes to screen, past lifted it. His back alone appears. A Moses had he turned, and hadst foreseen the pale face crowned with thorns, baptized with tears. The eyes of true men by men belied, hadst beheld God's face, and straightway died. The Watcher, by George MacDonald. From out the windy cleft there comes a gaze of eyes unearthly, which go to and fro upon the people's tumult, for below the nations smite each other. No maze troubles the liquid rolling, or frays the deep-seated contemplation. A steady glow was early holy eyeballs, for they grow like unto the eyes of one that prays. And if those clasped hands tremble, there comes a power, as if the might of words, and they are holden, blessing both us and the sunrise golden. And they will be uplifted till that hour of terrible rolling, which shall rise and shake with conscious nightmare from us ere we wake. The Wind of the World by George MacDonald. Chained as a spring, the night wind bold blows over the hard earth. Time is not more confused and cold, nor keeps more wintry mirth. It blow and roll the world about, blow time, blow winter's wind. For chinks of time heaven peepeth out, and spring the forest behind. The Word of God by George MacDonald. But has never blown, Rufus can the sceptre, where the spirit rests unknown, fatal as the letter. And thee, Jesus, God had stored of things we inherit, thou art the very word and the very spirit. They are blind by George MacDonald. They're blind and they are dead. We will wake them as we go. Her words have not been said, they are sounds they do not know. We will pipe and we will sing with music and with spring, as their hearts are wandering. They are tired of what is old, we will give it voices new, for the half have not been told of the beautiful and the true. Drowsy eyelids shut and sleeping, heavy eyes oppressed with weeping, flashes through the lashes leaping. Ye that have the pleasant voice, hither come without delay, ye will never have a choice like to that ye have today. Round the wide world we will go, singing through frost and snow till the daisies are in blow. Ye that cannot pipe or sing, ye must also come with speed. Ye must come and with you bring weighty word and weightier deed, helping hands and loving eyes. These will make them truly wise, and will be our paradise. War also by George MacDonald. Cry out upon the crime, and when let slip the dogs of hate, or singing muzzles track the bloody secret. Let the welkin crack reverberating, while ye dance and skip about the hot blaze, or else ye strip more secretly for the avenging wreck, him who hath done the deed, till oozing black ye watch the anguish from his nostrils drip, and all the knotted limbs lie quivering. Or if your heart disdains such banqueting, with wide and tearless eyes go staring through the murder cells, but think that if your knees bow to the holiness, then even in you lie deeper gulfs and blacker crimes than these. Thy heart by George MacDonald. Make not of thy heart a casket, opening seldom quick to close, but of bread a wide-mouthed basket or a cup that overflows. To a certain critic by George MacDonald. Such guests as you serve not in my mind, when I my homely dish with care designed. To certain humble souls I would have fed, who do not turn from wholesome milk and bread. You come slow trotting on the narrow way, our turn the foot and trotted in the clay. When low with discord nostrils sniffing curd cried, Sorry, cook, why, what a mess of dirt. To a February primrose by George MacDonald. I know not what among the grass thou art, thy nature nor thy substance, fairest flower, nor what the other eyes thou hast of power to send thine image through them to the heart. When I push the frosty leaves apart, and see thee hiding in the wintry bower, or goest up with me from that hour, through the snow with the spring depart. I have no words, but fragrant is the breath, pale beauty of thy second life within. Where's the wind that cometh for thy death, and thou a life immortal dost begin, wherein one soul which is the heaven shall dwell, thy spirit beautiful unspeakable. To his sister by George MacDonald. A fresh young voice that sings to me so of many a simple thing, should surely not unanswered be by all that I can sing. Their voice be happy every way a thousand changing tones among, the little childish unfinished lay to angels' perfect song. And dewy woods fair soft and green, like morning woods, a childhood's bower, be like the voice of brook unseen among the stones and flowers. A joyful voice, though born so low, and making all its neighbours glad, sweet, hidden, constant in its flow, even when the winds are sad. So strengthen the peaceful home a daily deep her meanings bear, and when life's wilderness come, be brave and faithful there. Try all the glorious magic range, worship, forgive, console, rejoice, until the last and sweetest change, so live and grow, dear voice. To a Thunder Cloud by George MacDonald. O melancholy fragment of the night, drawing thy lazy web against the sun, shouldst have waited till the day was done, with kindred glooms to build thy fane aright, sublime amid the ruins of the light. And thus to shape our glories one by one with fearful hands, ere we had well begun to look for shadows even with the bright. Yet may we charm a lesson from thy breast, a secret wisdom from the folds of thunder, There is a wind that cometh from the west, will rend the tottering piles of gloom asunder, and fling we runes along the grass to sparkle on us as our footsteps pass. To an autograph hunter, by George MacDonald. Seek not my name, that doth no virtue bear. Seek thine own primal name to find, the name God called when the ideal fair arose in deeps of the eternal mind. And that thou findest thou art straight a lord of time and space, at her of all things grown. And not my name, a poor earthly label word, I myself henceforward am thine own. Or hearest not, or hearest as a man who hears the muttering of a foolish spell, my very shadow would feel strange and when in thy abode I say, now and farewell. Thou understandest, when it is enough, the shadow deputy shall mock my friend. We walk the same path of a smooth and rough, to meet along at the unending end. To any one but George MacDonald. Gone not forth to call Dame Sorrow for the fields of tomorrow. Let her roam where all unheeded, she will come when she is needed. When she draws near thy door, she'll find God there before. To June, George MacDonald. Ah, truant, thou art here again, I see. For in a season of such wretched weather, I thought that thou hadst left us all together. All thou could not shows but fancy we, skulking about the hilltops, whence the gleam of blue lava peeped at times, or rather the bashful awkwardness, as doubtful whether thou shouldst be seen in such a company of ugly runneways, unshapely heaps of rough vapour broken from restraint, or vessel imprisoned the ocean deeps. But yet I may not chide, fall to thy books, fall to immediately without complaint. There they are lying, hills and vales and brooks. To Lady Noel Byron, by George MacDonald. Men sought ambitions first to slake, to lost elixir old, whose magic touch should instant make the meaner metals gold. And noble alchemy and wine, which love and pain doth press, gold in the hand becomes divine, grows truth and tenderness. To-morrow, by George MacDonald. My to-morrow is but a flitting fancy of a brain, God's to-morrow an angel sitting ready for joy or pain. My to-morrow has no soul, dead as yesterday, God's a brimming silver bowl of life that gleams in place. My to-morrow I mock you away, shadowless nothing woe, God's to-morrow, come dear day, for God is in thee now. To my aging friends, by George MacDonald. This no winter night comes down upon our hearts, dear friends of old, with a May evening softly brown, whose wind is rather cold. We are not like yon sad-eyed west, fences and brood our times dust hoard. We are like yon moon in morning dress, but gazing on the Lord. Come near to the hearth, sweet friends, draw nigher, closer, hand and share. Ours is love that never ends, for God is dearest there. We will not talk about the past, we will not ponder ancient pain, also by deep fountains cast for peaks of soaring gain. We, waiting dead, will warm our bones at our poor smouldering earthly fire, and talk of white-eyed living ones who have what we desire. Or living, ye know what is death, we, by and by, shall know it too. Humble with bated, hoping breath, we are coming fast to you. To my God, by George MacDonald. Oft I wake and find I have been forgetting thee, never from thy mind, though it is that wakest me. To my Lord and Master, by George MacDonald. Imagination cannot rise above thee, near and afar I see thee and I love thee. My misery away from me I thrusted, for the perfection I behold and trusted. To one threatened with blindness, by George MacDonald. Lawrence, what though the world be growing dark, and twilight cool the potent day enclose, the sunbend of around earth sunk still glows all the night through, sleepless and young and stark. Oh, be the spirit faithful as the lark, more daring, at the midnight of our woes, dart through them higher than earth's shadow goes, into the light of which thou art a spark. Be willing to be blind, that in thy night the Lord may bring his Father to thy door, and enter in, and feast thy soul with light. And should thou dream of darksome ways no more, forget the gloom that round the windows lies, and shine God's house all radiant in our eyes. Say thou, his will be done who is the good, his will be born who knoweth how to bear, who also night at need of prayer, both in awoke divinely longing mood, and the power of darkness him withstood. For would it coming take no jot of care, behind, before, around be as the air, he o'er thee like the mother's heart will brood. And thou hast weighed thy wings of prayer, and fold them, and drop gently to thy nest, which is thy faith, and make thy people blessed, with what thou bringest from that eternal height, which whoso looks on thee will straightway share. He needs no eyes, who is a shining light. To the Clouds, by George MacDonald. For the unchanging heavenness ye have sped, speed onward still, a strange wild company of the children of the waters. Glorious ye, that where the sun lift up his shining head, high throned at noontide and established among the shifting pillars, or we see the sepulchre ghost of air sleep mournfully against the sunlit, passionless and dead. Take thus the glory over higher sun, all the cloudy labour of man's hand, where the quickened nations rise and run, on the marketplace the idle stand, casting huge shadows over these the plains, as the winds are gored, draw the rich gifts of rains. To the same, by George MacDonald. Death, I defend thee, who life for words for hadst died, who, by our name a word of strife, didst silence stand aside. Granted forgiveness, what to be, the big world's puny prate, of a great heart have ceased to be, a love still its mate. Traveller's Song, George MacDonald. Bands of dark and bands of light laugh the homeward way. Now we cross a belt of night, no strip of shining day. Now it is a month of June, no December's shivering hour, rides her love memory's moon, now the darkest dance with power. Summers, winters, days and nights, the moons and clouds, they come and go, joys and sorrows, pains, delights, hope and fear and yes and no. All is well, come girls and boys, and not a very mile is vain. Hark them lava's radiant noise, see the windows through the rain. 2 in 1, by George MacDonald. Where wound I the white pinions on some eager, heaven-born dove, swift with remote to the old dominions, to a rest of old my love. Where wound I trembling strands in music's enchanted line, would wait and wait for magic hands to untwist the magic twine. Where we 2 sky tents wound I, with golden ivy red, would quiver and glow and darken and die in love until we were dead. Nearer than the wings of one drove, when tones our colours caught, we are one and safe forever, my love, to thoughts of the heart of one Lord. Unrest, by George MacDonald. Comes there on earth no breathing time for we, no pause upon the many quivered lands, now resting on my bed of listless hands, and mourn we resting not. Continually here the plashing borders of the sea answer each other from the rocks and sands. Droop all the rivers seawards, nothing stands but with strange noises harsh of terribly. Lombardrians go mourning by, hold to each other the bloody crew of Afric's tigers, and our man, from you comes this perpetual sound more loud and high, and all that vexes air. I hear the cry of infant generations rising too. Up and down, by George MacDonald. The sun is gone down and the moon's in the sky, but the sun will come up and the moon be laid by. The flower is asleep, but it is not dead. When the morning shines, it will lift its head. When winter comes, I will die, no, I will only hide from the frost and snow. Sure is the summer, sure is the sun, the night and the winter, away we run. Up in the Tree, by George MacDonald. What would you see if I took you up my Larry stair? You would see the sky like a clear blue cup turned upside down in the air. What would you do, you my airy stair, my little nest on the tree? With cry upon cry you would ripple the air to get at what you would see. What would you reach in the top of a tree to still your grasping grief? And a star would you clutch, for all you would see, you would gather just one green leaf. When you had lost your greedy grief, content to see from afar, your hand would hold a withering leaf, but your heart a shining star. Waiting, by George MacDonald. Waited for the master on the darkness dumb. Light came fast and fast, and my light did not come. I waited all the daylight, all through noon's hot flame, the evening's grey light, out lo the master came. What man is there of you, by George MacDonald? The homely words so often read, how seldom fully known, which father of you asked for bread would give his son a stone? How oft his bitter tear been shed, and heaved on many a groan, because thou wouldst not give for bread the thing that was a stone. How oft the child thou wouldst have fed, the gift away has thrown. He prayed for herds against the bread, he cried, this is stone. Without asking doubt and dread, lest it be left to moan, am I not he who, asked for bread, would give his son a stone? What the Lord saith, by George MacDonald. Trust my father, save the eldest born, yet trust him ere the earth began. Not to know him is to be forlorn, not to love him is not to be a man. He that knows him loves him altogether. With my father I am so content, that for all the stray human weather I am working, waiting, confident. He is with me, I am not alone. Life is bliss because I am his child. Down in Hades will I lay the stone, when shall rise to heaven a city piled. Hearken, brothers, pray you to my story. Hear me, sister, hearken, child, to me. Our one Father is a perfect glory, he is light and there's none but he. Come when with me, I will lead the way. All of you sore-hearted, heavy-shod, come to Father, yours and mine, I pray. Little ones, I pray you, come to God. When the storm was proudest, by George MacDonald. When the storm was proudest and the wind was loudest, out the hollow caverns drinking down below. And the stars were bright and the ground was wide, I heard the grasses springing underneath the snow. Many voices spake, the river to the lake, and the iron-ribbed sky was talking to the sea. Every starry spark made music with the dark, and said how bright and beautiful everything must be. And the sun was setting, all the clouds forgetting, beautiful and silvery in the rising moon. Beneath the leafless trees, wrangling in the breeze, I could hardly see them with the leaves of June. And the day had ended, and the night descended, heard the sound of streams that I heard not through the day. At the peak far was ready for a star, I climbed the road around until the morning grey. When slumber soft and holy came down upon me slowly, I went I know not whither, and lived I know not how. My glory had been banished, for when I woke it vanished, but I waited on its coming, and I am waiting now. Who lights the fire? By George MacDonald. Who lights the fire that forth so gracefully and freely flickers the fairy smoke? Some pretty one who never felt the yoke, clad girl or maiden more sedate than she. Patented candor the villain cannot be, some genius may be his own simple woke, but Puritan nor rue and virtue's cloak, no kitchen maid has done it certainly. Ah, you cannot find the lighter out, for all the blue smoke's phantomatic gesture, its name or nature, sex or age or virtue. The fire was lit by human care, no doubt, but now the smoke is nature's tributary, dancing twixt man and nothing like a fairy. Who would have thought, by George MacDonald, who would have thought that even an idle song was such a holy and celestial thing, that wickedness and envy cannot sing, music for a moment lives with wrong? And always for a very grievous throng, dark thoughts, slow wishes around my bosom cling, and underneath the hidden holy spring, stagnates because of their enchantment strong. Blow, breath of heaven, and all this poison blow, and heart, glow upward to this gracious breath. Between them vanish mist of sin and death, of life within me flow. Love's the green earth, celestial air, music runs like dews in rivers there. Winter Song, by George MacDonald. Have it parted when at last? Was it duty or force or fate, or did the worldly blast blow to the meeting gate? Now it short stories with a glance, a trembling, a sigh, a gaze in the eyes, a kiss, or will it not go by? Written for one in sore pain, by George MacDonald. Shepherd, on before thy sheep, near the lamb that bleeds behind. Scarce the track I stumbling keep, through my thin fleece blows the wind. Turn and see me, son of man, turn and lift the father's child. Scarce I walk where once I ran, carry me, the wind is wild. Thou art strong, thy strength will share, but poor weight thou wilt not fear. Weakness made thee strong to bear, suffering made thee strong to heal. I were still a wandering sheep, but for we are shepherd men. Following now I faint, I weep, yet I follow as I can. Shepherd, if I fall and lie, mourning the frosty wind, yet I know I shall not die, I wilt miss me and wilt find. Written on a stormy night, by George MacDonald. A wild and dark a night hath found me now, when I mingle with that element, sent madly loose with white staring rend, and yon tormented branches. I will bow a while unto the storm, and thenceforth grow into a mighty patience strongly, bent before the unconquering power which hither sent these winds to fight the battles on my brow. Again the loud bows thunder, and the din licks up my footfall from the hissing earth. And I have found a mighty peace within, and I have risen into a home of mirth. Widely I climb above the shaking spires, above the sobbing clouds, up through the steady fires.